This is a very big deal. Before, I was pretty sure that it is going to happen the way I thought it is going to happen, but now I am 100% certain. The $7,500 EV tax credit has now become a $7,500 rebate, which is applied instantly at the point of sale. But the problem was, if you make a pretty average salary of $50,000 per year, your federal taxes will only be $4,200, so you are missing out on a tax credit of $3,000, or basically the moment it goes to a point of sale rebate. You still have to repay that $3,000 because you can only use about $4,000 of it. But a few days ago I said that that's not really going to be the case anymore, and I was pretty sure about that, but I was not 100% sure about it. This is an official document from the government of the US, and check this out. What if a buyer has insufficient tax liability to fully use a transferred credit? The amount of the credit that the electing taxpayer elects to transfer to the eligible entity may exceed the electing taxpayer's regular tax liability for the taxable year in which the sale occurs, and the excess, if any, is not subject to recapture from the dealer or the buyer. Now, I don't know how you spent your New Year's Eve, but I was reading some IRS documents. But as you can see, it was pretty fun because that statement right there is very bullish. And no one quite knew about it, even though the change was made on October 6th. And that's a huge deal because if you are, let's say, a waitress that makes $30,000 officially and then no one knows about your tips, your Tesla is now going to be more than $5,000 cheaper than it otherwise would have been. And you don't need to file anything, you don't really need to tell your accountant anything, you're just done at the point of sale. You just tick a box that you make less than $150,000 a year or something like that, and you get the full rebate instantly. But the good news does not stop here today. We got more. France has just surprised us. Everyone was roughly expecting maybe about 7,000 deliveries the last month in France, but we got 9,500. So that's quite incredible. And if you notice, there's a bit of a pattern here. Flat, 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 breakout. Flat, 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 breakout. We just had another breakout. We also got sales from Spain, which came just a little bit under what I was expecting, but by a little bit only. Portugal, though, made up for that. It exceeded my expectations. So far, what we are seeing coming out from Europe looks really good. Of course, that could change at any moment because we got so many countries, and really, Germany is the biggest wild card here. But so far, I am pleasantly surprised because the numbers are exceeding my expectations. And after everyone goes to bed, we will have the numbers from China today as well, or super early tomorrow morning. And if this number is also really good, then there is a good chance that Tesla will beat in terms of delivery expectations. But if the number comes in really low, then temper your expectations. I also published a new video on Patreon about 2024 guidance for deliveries. I also just started lifting heavier weights. I need to change my jacket. This is a bit too tight. Okay, this is a bit better, but I need bigger suits. We got a new rumor about Tesla, about the refresh Model 3 coming out from Fremont into the US market. I learned from a Tesla employee at the Fremont factory on Friday that they have already retooled. So that's really good. I expect an announcement in January and on market by March. Why would Tesla announce it first and then start deliveries 2 months later only? That doesn't make much sense to me. I say sell every single old Model 3 almost, and then announce it. Unless we want to see massive old Model 3 discounts. And Robert here basically points out that the timeline is just speculation, but he has heard that the factory is already retooled, so that is likely probably a fact at this point, but I'm speculating here. However, keep in mind that I don't know who this person is, although he has quite a few followers on Twitter, so I have no idea how reliable he is. But I assume he didn't just make up the fact that he heard a Tesla employee talk about the factory already having been retooled. This refreshed Tesla Model 3 was spotted with Shanghai badges, but the VIN shows it was built in Fremont. So yeah, I think it is quite likely that we will indeed see refresh Model 3 delivery sometime this quarter.